Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. What's up my scrubby scrubs? This is the goddamn Microsoft Sam back here for another episode of Microsoft Sam plays F1 25. In the last episode, the winning streak at ROFL World Racing continued with Aiden's win in Mexico. That win confirmed that ROFL World Racing are the 2025 Formula 1 Constructors World Champions. However, the fight for the driver's title still continues. Today, we are gonna be heading to the next race in Brazil. So without further ado, let's go. And Sonny is gonna be the main focus for this episode.
Alright, Brazil then it is.
That is correct, Sonny. And it looks like that it's a sprint weekend, so that means there's only gonna be one practice session this whole weekend.
Welcome everyone, you join us at the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, or Interlagos as it's affectionately known. It's practice time, it's Brazil, and it's great to have you with us.
Radio check, radio check.
Brazil, home of carnivals and the most passionate football fans in the world. Let's get started with the first practice program of the race weekend.
They told you about the new parts that have come in from the factory, right? Well, they're all fitted and good to go. I hope they do the trick.
Yes, I'm aware of that, Mark.
Alright, this is the qualifying pace program. You know what to do.
Copy that, Sam.
That's the program complete. There's some decent data, although far from optimal, and it could still be worth running it again.
Damn, not good enough. Let's try a different setup and hope that it works. I hope this works.
Program complete, program complete. These results will do, although you could definitely do better. Consider giving it another shot.
Well shit, that didn't work either. Let's just move on to the next practice program.
Okay, now we are doing the track acclimatization program. Hit those corner gates with perfection.
10-4. I guess I can say that I passed this program. Anyway, time to head back to the garage to start the final practice program of the race weekend.
And finally, the race strategy program. You know what to do.
Copy. First lap down. Second lap is history. And that's the third and final lap. Time to head back to the garage and go to sprint qualifying.
What an incredible practice session that was. But the fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds. It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
The car is ready. You're good to go.
Let's fucking do this.
Fantastic, you've got pole position.
Fuck yeah. Pull for the sprint.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Alright, time for the sprint.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if, of course, the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Sonny Hayes lines up on pole position, and Lando Norris lines up alongside. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Jackson, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Fernando Alonso. Verstappen, Tsunoda, Piastri, and Charles Leclerc. Albon, Hamilton, Esteban Ocon, and Lawson. Sainz, Stroll, Isaac Hadjar, and Ollie Behrman. Hulkenberg, Bortoletto, Gasly, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out. And alongside me today, a man who I'm always pleased to see join me in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Well, we celebrated their first appearance on the grid. Let's look back now at what has been a really good first season for our new team.
Yeah, they've made it through the entire season in Formula One, Crofty. No mean feat at all. And they've learnt a lot this season. They can take that knowledge into next year to hopefully have an even better season.
Okay, give me a quick radio check, please. Radio check. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Even though I know that the Drivers' Championship is on the line, I won't worry about that too much, Mark.
now use DRS. DRS now available.
Copy that, Mark.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fuck yeah. Victory in the sprint.
Yes, mate, I'll take that. Well done. We're really happy with the podium down here, so well done. Yes!
And of course, the Drivers' Championship comes closer with that, Mark.
Well, that's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.
Sprint done, so now it's time for qualifying for the main race.
It's a Saturday showdown. Anyone fancy some hot laps around Interlagos? It's qualifying day here for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix.
Car is ready. Time to work your magic.
Rain, let's hope it's pole again.
Excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
Pole for the main race as well. Fuck yeah. Time for the main race.
Formula One returns to Interlagos once again with the stage set for what promises to be another classic Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel famously clinched his third championship here in 2012, and just 4 years later, Max Verstappen treated us to one of the finest wet weather drives of all time. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. Two very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junsao into one of the two DRS zones will be key to any overtaking prospects today. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sonny Hayes lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Jackson, Leclerc, Lando Norris, and Fernando Alonso, Verstappen, Antonelli, Piastri, and Carlos Sainz, Tsunoda, Hamilton, Nico Hülkenberg, and Stroll, Behrman, Ocon, Pierre Gasly, and Alex Albon, Hadjar, Bortoletto, Lawson, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me in the commentary box, my old friend, Anthony Davidson. Interlagos, always one of my favourite weekends of the season. Love Brazil, adore this track.
Absolutely spot on, Crofty. I wish you could pick this circuit up and place it, copy-pasted on multiple different locations around the planet, because it is sensational to watch, sensational to drive. And for all these drivers here in Brazil, it's a great time to get stuck into this Interlagos circuit. It's an anti-clockwise track, lots of important corners to get right, and it's a track where you can make or lose an awful lot of lap time.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check. Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
A victory in the sprint and pole for the main race. I can't think of anything that could go wrong, Mark.
Okay, DRS is now available. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done. Okay, mate, final lap. Keep your concentration and let's bring it home.
Final lap of the race, and it's going to be another win for the team. Hell fucking yes.
Absolutely awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
And that's how it's done, Mark.
The checkered flag flies, and Sonny Hayes today can say, I'm a winner.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
What a day it's been for Formula One, and what a day it's been for these three drivers. Time for the podium celebrations. Time for our drivers to celebrate. Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
Boss, we need your attention on something, please.
In a minute, Anisha. I better check on the other departments. Wait, are some of our parts under threat of not being properly adapted for next season? I better have Quiana, Proticani and Mathis adapt those parts. Alright, what did you need my help with? A fan giveaway? I better provide a large investment to maximize the engagement. Alright, time to advance the calendar forward.
A sponsor is interested in backing our team.
A new sponsor is interested in backing our team? Fuck yeah. I better get that sponsor decal in the car. Decals on the car, so it's time to continue advancing the calendar forward.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Alright then, Mathis. Okay, so it looks like that the next race is gonna be yet another US race, but this time it's gonna be in Las Vegas. Anyways, I'm gonna end this episode off right here. Stay tuned to Swagmaster the Fed Slayer Productions and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. This is Microsoft Sam, signing off. Peace out.